This is the packet round. We have these three lovely packets, and Rockville will answer questions from one of them. First, T.C. Williams gets to choose which packet it will be. T.C.?
3.
3. There are 8 questions in the packet. If you get them all right, 25-point bonus, which you know. Gentlemen, while they're low in calories, jellyfish are considered a delightful snack by what black and white flightless birds of Antarctica?
Penguin?
Yes. In 1014, when he was 88 years old, Irish King Brian Boru defeated what V-initialed Norse invaders known for their dragon-headed longboats?
Vikings?
Vikings it is. Men's tailors in ancient Rome never had to worry about suits or vests, since all male citizens wore what loosely fitting garment?
Toga?
Togas. Yes, here's your science question. In a free-fall experiment in a vacuum, the acceleration of the falling body does which of these?
Remains constant?
You're right. In 1917, the United States bought the Virgin Islands from what country where the details of the sale were probably worked out in Copenhagen?
Denmark?
It is Denmark. In 2005, more than $15 million was paid for the mansion which F. Scott Fitzgerald used as a model in his novel about what title character?
Gatsby?
Yeah. Here's your math question. What is the value of this expression?
81.
81 is it. He never quite became a king, and he never quite allowed a legislature. Wrote one historian about what 17th century Puritan who took the title Lord Protector of England?
Cromwell?
25-point bonus. Nice job, Rockville High School. T.C. Williams is up. Oakton, packet 1 or 2?
2.
2, okay. Guys, in a color chart representing the 7 deadly sins, envy would be symbolized by what color, also associated with St. Patrick's Day?
Green.
Yeah. Unable to file a complaint regarding noise from ships and underwater oil exploration, what pearl-producing mollusks simply close their shells?
Oysters.
Yeah, it's oysters. A grad student might leave a thesis on a professor's desk, but what German monk nailed 95 theses to a church door in 1517 and started the Protestant Reformation?
Martin Luther.
Yes, it's Martin Luther. Here's your science question. Substances such as lipase and maltase are described as which of these?
Enzymes.
Enzymes is right. Efforts are currently underway to revive the language of what pre-Columbian Indians who lived in Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula?
Maya.
Yes. Because of his lack of reverence toward most of society's institutions, the nickname Apostle of Infidelity was given what French author of Candide?
Voltaire.
Voltaire it is. Your math question. If the area of this rectangle is 35 and the length is 7, what is its perimeter?
$24.
You got it. In 1860, Stephen Wilson rode a hot air balloon from Pittsburgh to what Maryland location that in 1862 was the site of a bloody Civil War battle?
Antietam.
Wow, another 25-point bonus for T.C. Williams. And now, Oakton High School with packet number 1. Thomas Marshall jokingly gave the name Mistake to his Maryland home, which he built across the river from what estate of George Washington?
Mount Vernon.
It is Mount Vernon. No detail is too small for scientific inquiry. One professor wrote a 400-page study about the feeding habits of the black bird that titles what poem by Edgar Allan Poe?
Raven.
Quoth the raven, nevermore, yes. Experts think a flood about 5.5 million years ago filled what sea between Europe and Africa?
Mediterranean.
Yes, here's your science question. When the filament of a vacuum tube is heated, which of these particles is emitted?
Electrons.
You're right. In the 14th century, a king named Peter the Cruel ruled what Spanish region, later linked with Aragon by Ferdinand and Isabella?
Castile.
Yeah. Sweets to the sweet, says Queen Gertrude, as she places flowers on the grave of Ophelia in what Shakespeare tragedy set in Denmark?
Hamlet.
It is Hamlet. Here's your math question. Evaluate this expression, giving your answer as a positive integer.
6.
Yeah. We know the name, but not much else about the Empress Sabina, the wife of what Roman emperor who built a historic wall in Britain?
Hadrian.
The third 25-point bonus. Amazing job. We'll be right back with the grab bag. Ready for another year of Giant's A-Plus School Rewards program. You can earn points and help local schools every time you use your Giant card. Thanks to you, Giant has been able to award over $96 million to thousands of schools since 1989 and has already committed $2 million to this year's program. Signing up for your Giant card is easy. Simply go to giantfood.com or stop by the Customer Solutions Center at any Giant store. Experience the magic of A-Plus School Rewards each time you shop and help your local schools. Well, it's time for the grab bag round, and this is a really close game with very impressive teams. Before we jump in, let's recap the scores. Rockville, 425. T.C. Williams, 455. Oakton, 385. Questions in this round, as you know, are worth 20 points up or down, 30 points for the visual questions. Each year in Hawaii, thousands of bananas are consumed by athletes competing in what grueling annual triathlon? You know this, it is, Williams.
The Iron Man.
Yeah, it's the Iron Man. If you wanted to spend your vacation at Lake Maracaibo, you'd pack your Williams.
Venezuela.
Venezuela, it is. The periodic table elements include how many halogens equaling the number of rings on the Olympic symbol? Rockville.
5.
It is 5 on your screens for 30 points. This Egyptian flag features an eagle that represents Rockville.
Defer. Saladin.
Yes, you're right. Literature includes a number of romantic farewells, but to what does Ernest Hemingway? Rockville.
Farewell to Arms.
It is arms. If the diagonal of a square equals 3 times the square root of 2, what is the area of that square? Rockville. Answer?
9.
It's 9, you're right. James Geddes was court jester to what tragic Scottish queen who didn't have much to laugh about when she was? Rockville.
Defer. Mary Queen of Scots.
You've got it. On your screens for 30 points. The chief benefit of dancing is to learn how to sit still. This was the comment of what 18th century English author whose biographer was James Boswell? Rockville.
Johnson.
Yeah. The word parish usually relates to churches, but in what southern pelican? Rockville?
Louisiana.
It's Louisiana. Great choice. By what quantity must mass be multiplied in order to equal force on the Rockville?
Acceleration. Acceleration.
Acceleration it is. Admiral Nelson's favorite vessel was a warship named for what legendary Greek king, the husband of Clytemnestra? Williams.
Agamemnon.
Yeah, you've got it on your screens for 30 points. Emperor Haile Selassie appealed in vain to the League of Nations in the 1930s when Italy invaded what? Rockville.
Ethiopia. Ethiopia.
It is Ethiopia. In 1844, settlers in the Oregon Territory threatened a fight unless they got what number boundary line? Williams.
45-40.
54-40. Sorry about that. What noisy barnyard bird appears in the title of John Grisham? Rockville.
Pelican.
No, it was rooster. And that's the end of the game. The scores are now official, but before I read them, I want to give props to all of these teams, each of whom won that bonus round, which is really impressive. All right, from Vienna, Virginia, Oakton High School, Elizabeth, Noah, and Tommy, 385 points. From Alexandria, Virginia, and T.C. Williams High School, Jonah, Mark, and Madeline, 495 points. And coming back for the playoff, the guys from Rockville High School, Sivan, Jet, and Jack, 615 points. Nice job, guys. Please join us again next week when we have Gonzaga, Robinson, and Eleanor Roosevelt. Until then, I'm Hillary Howard. So glad that you joined us. See you next time. And remember, education matters. Everybody, come on down.